Warm-ups. Basically, I love warm-ups. I think they're really a good microcosm of your training session, good microcosm of you as a coach. And I love going to watch teams. I try and get to matches early and watch teams warm up. It tells me a lot about the team, their type of training, their type of organisation. And the last thing I'll say to you, I know a team is not doing it right if there's an awful lot of standing around in the warm-up. So basically you're not going to stand around much. So I want you to join in and do the warm-up, bits of the warm-up with me. If you're injured or you can't do it, there's no problem at all. But I'd like you to join in as much as possible and do a little bit of it, and you can drop in and out. It won't be strenuous, it'll just be running through different parts of different warm-ups. And the idea is that you have a little menu of warm-ups at the end of today to add to what you do already. Before I do that, just the groups, Beyonce wanted to do warm-ups where there was more team involvement, team activity. Someone else said a fun type activity in the warm-up because it's mainly coaching youngsters. And I actually use a lot of fun activities for senior teams. They actually don't expect it and they find it very, very enjoyable. It's also serious at inter-county level. It's good to have a bit of fun. There's the thing of doing dynamic stretches, which is with this movement, kind of mobility, and there's static stretches, which are in a warm-up. You'll generally, these days, we won't do static stretches. Not really, unless it's a training session where you've got a group of under 14 boys or 15 boys who've all done the growth spurt and touch your toes, right? Where you're actually going to build in some static stretching into your session to facilitate flexibility development. So for a training session and definitely for a match, it's dynamic type stretches. Okay, very gentle ones. It's not that you'll pull a muscle if you don't warm up. It's that if you go out and are straight into high intensity, you could strain. But actually, the bigger one is that your body isn't ready to play. Your muscles aren't warmed up, so you don't perform. So I'd be more worried about poor performance. And the other thing, you all heard of lactic acid. So if you don't warm up, the lactic acid build-up is much greater because you've got that system kind of moving in the warm-up. And my own research is on asthma and exercise and in athletes. And actually, we've got a very high percentage of kids with asthma and adults with asthma in Ireland, one of the highest in the world. And actually, if a youngster with asthma, if you get them running straight away, you'll find, I don't know if you found, is that the asthma kicks in. And you've only just started the session because you've started running at a higher intensity too quick and the airways overreact and they're looking for their inhaler, right? If you do a gradual warm-up, you'll find that they won't need the inhaler. The body will get used to the activity and they're off. So there's a lot of good reasons for doing it. So stretching, kind of activation type element. Anything else?
When, at 10s and 12s, we say, for instance, that initial point when they come to
yes.
Like, you'd rarely ever hear of a 12-year-old pulling a muscle in some senses, right?
Absolutely.
The difficulty is when they get to the pitch, they want to stop playing games straight away. So it's hard to get them focused on a warm-up drill straight away, right?
They want to get into it.
Yeah, they want to go hurling up.
Absolutely. So that's what I'd say. The warm-up has ball and hurling in it. Yeah. Straight up, absolutely. So the younger, the more. We can do the whole warm-up with ball.
And how often would a 12-year-old pull a muscle in his leg?
I don't come across it off very rare. It's not an issue.
So where's the benefit of the warm-up?
You learn how to move. You learn how to handle the ball. One group said you learn to cooperate with the other players. And it gets them ready for the football or the hurler. So, and it also is a kind of routine that you want them to get into because you don't want to say do no warm-ups at all, say, and then they go to under 16 and go, oh, warm up. We didn't do anything of that for. That's all kind of new. So our kids move very badly. So I use the warm-up to teach inter-county teams how to run, how to jump, how to get up off the ground, how to change direction. And we do it in the warm-up and so if they're training 5 times a week, I'm doing that 5 times a week for as long and forever. So it's actually a way of teaching them basic movement, which will help them in the game and help them not get injured later on as well. But I would agree to say a warm-up for under 12 should, if it's 10 minutes long. So if you look at the booklet that we did with the development officers, I think the warm-up is 7 minutes long. And it's just basic movement, some dynamic stretches, skipping, twisting and turning.
During county teams, how long would your warm-up generally be?
I was just saying, it varies. I did one only a couple with a hurling team a couple of years ago, 17 minutes. I was out watching Real Madrid a couple of years ago, warming up 55 minutes. The French rugby team, 55 minutes, training session. You'd be exhausted looking at them. That's how tough the warm-up was. One of the things I did learn from the Real Madrid warm-up, this was a number of years ago, when I saw them then with Beckham and Zidane and those guys, right? They did a game at the end of the warm-up, and I hadn't seen games done at the end of warm-ups. So when I went back to Kerry, I brought it in that before a game we played a game.
Yeah.
So we did all the warm-up, built up, and now let's go hammer and tongs for a conditioned game on the pitch. And it definitely helped the mentality, yeah. We've got a kind of a square. Can you see the markers? You don't need one each, just one between two. Are you coming in? Come on in, yeah. Join in, it's not strenuous. This is not strenuous. Come on in. You ready? Just come in, we'll go. Right. So basically what I want to do, if you have a slitter, oops, it's a bad catch. So basically the rule is the ball can't touch the ground. So I'm going to pass the ball, I'm going to hand pass the ball. Just want to get your hands on the ball. Let's move around the square. Where you go, let's go. Up. Ball doesn't touch the ground, ball on the ground. Yeah. Inside the square, come inside the square. Here we go, here we go. There you go. Yeah. Stop, we're getting killed. Okay, here's on. There's people throwing. Hold up. Here now, we're going to have to work out something here so we're getting killed. First name. So if I'm going to pass the ball to someone, I have to call their name. So Mossy. Right, my name is. Good. So before you, don't go pat as the ball is going to hit me in the head, right? So it's Mossy, and then we give the ball. So you have to get the name. So let's go. Pass the ball. Find out the names. Here we go. There's a ball on the ground. Get the ball off the ground. Who's talking? Who am I? Who we got? First name. Anne-Marie. There we go. Call the name. Hold up. You have to ask. Don't give him the ball. First name again. Jared. So don't give him the ball. Jared. To see what happens. Jared. What happened? He got ready for the ball. Right? And then in the game, you don't want to be giving a guy a ball going. So it's actually good straight away. We just started the warm up. Jared, and he's ready. Jared, in the hands, okay? It's coming, Jared. Okay, let's go. Call the name. Let's go. Up. Yeah, I'll go. First name. Anne-Marie, here we go. Ah. That's tight. Okay, first name. Oh, pat again. Here we go. Up. No ball. Keep moving. Stop! We're having fun already. Now here's what we do. We don't want to go around the circle, and this is quite small. Imagine 30 players or 25 players. It could be quite big. We're moving around, we're not going in a circle. And instead of going, lads, we're all going sideways and we're all going on this, let's start moving a bit more multi-direction. So you're going to go back and look for the ball. You're going to go sideways, look for the ball. Let's go. First name? Mossy. Here we go again. Yeah. Let's change. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Fintan again. Here we go. Yeah, first name again. Connor, up. Yeah. No game. First name. DJ, here you go. Yeah. Stop. Okay, let's make it harder. First name. Brian, watch now. We're going to give it overhead. Brian, ready? So all the balls are going overhead. Brian, catch the ball. Yeah, that was good. Let's go. Call the name. Go overhead. Let's go overhead. Yeah. Here we go. Fintan, yeah. Up. Yeah. Okay, nice and high again. Up again. Yeah. Who we got? First name again. Mossy. He's on. Stop. I'm warming up. Okay, got it. Now, let's have some more fun with it. So now if we want, first name again. Anton. So we're overhead. Now here's we haven't come to all of these. So here's some progressions of that. So I guess we're doing the football setting Anton or the hurler. So he jumps, Anton. So and that's what we're doing, moving around. Next time Anton is going to jump, he's going to bring it into his chest because we don't, what you find in football and in hurling, they bring it down and someone's going to knock it away, especially in football. So Anton jumps, brings it in, and then sometimes roll the ball on the ground, so towards yourself, roll it to yourself, right? And he's going to pick it up because sometimes the ball drops. So we practice that. So he jumps, he makes sure he gets it first, then he rolls it away, and he picks it up. Next progression. Thanks, Anton. Keep coming. Next progression. Anton jumps. I'm going to tackle you this time, Anton. Rolls away. As he comes up, bang, right? So now he's ready. We don't have to kill each other. All we're going to do is just a little shoulder. Come on, Anton, come back in. Okay, so so now, if we're moving around, we're gradually getting the heart rate up. It's all ball, and we haven't done it now. So what we're going to go back to, Anton, come back in. We're going back to this one, jump and catch, don't roll. And what I'll do is, as you go around, I'm going to shout a number. And if I shout that number, you have to get into a group that size. If you're not in a group, you do 10 laps of the pitch. Let's go. 5!
1, 2, 3, 4.
You all right? So you got 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Hey. No laps. Okay. So, come in with the 5s, come in with the 5s. Now, we're going to keep that. So here's what we can do any number. So I want you to listen for the number. Now you need to get into groups a bit quicker because it wasn't fast. So, and you know, you wouldn't believe the teams. I've had intercounted teams and they say 5 and they have a 4 and a 3 and a 7. This is going to be we're going to work really well. We can't count, but we're going to try and win the All-Ireland. Not good. All right, so, okay, back in again. Now, we're in the meantime, we're practicing all the time, right? We'll do one more. This time you have to have, when you get your 4, you have to have a ball and a slitter, or else you do press-ups or laps. You have to have a ball and slitter in your group. So let's pass. When I call the number, you have to have the number, a ball and a slitter. Let's go. You okay? All right. Overhead. Keep moving. Loads of space, spread out. Hand past the ball. Overhead, here we go. I'm out of this one. 4! Uh-oh. Hold on, hey. Hold on, no, it's 20 laps. We're going to change it. Come in. First name? Eugene, you can do 20 laps or sing a song. Which one?
Sing a song.
Sing a song, okay, I have to go.
And the old triangle.
Keep going.
And jingle jangle.
You can join in.
All along the banks of the Royal Canal.
You can sing. We got that right. If that was me, I would have taken the laps because I can't sing and note. As the coach, you can build in anything you want into the warm-up that helps you work on the things you want to work with the team while you're doing the warm-up. So they think they're warming up, but you're doing a load of basic work with them. And you can coach it as much as you want. For example, first name again, sorry, Eugene. So let's say actually you were quite good. Eugene, just ready to jump for the ball? Now some people don't jump out, you've seen it, players don't jump off the ground. Right, they actually don't leave, so they go up and they don't leave the ground. So Eugene is jumping, okay, and he's got the one leg, so he's quite good coordination. So you're watching your group saying, maybe as they're doing that, I need you to get off the ground. When you come down, you're not taking the ball in. And we do our job, we do our coaching work while they're having fun in a warm-up. They think they're warming up and having fun, you're getting basic coaching done. The warm-up you use before a game has to be very familiar, very rehearsed, and suitable to what you want the team to do when they want to play. It could be 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or if you're Real Madrid, or it's 55 minutes, whatever it is. For us, it's going to be about 15, 10, 12 minutes, something like that. Static would be where you're holding a stretch. So 5, 6, 7, 12 seconds. If you're trying to developmental stretch, maybe 20, 30 seconds. So it's a held stretch. We don't do that before games because the science of that say now, which is good science, that the more you stretch the muscle, the more you reduce power output. A longer muscle doesn't generate enough power. So the reason why all these teams don't do static stretching before games now is because they've learned from the science side that it reduces the speed and the power of the players. Whereas dynamic stretches warms you up, gives you the range of movement, but doesn't reduce power. That's the science bit of that. Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay, let's go. So let's go hip rotations forward, and as the front 3 come out, you can join in behind, lads, if you want. As they come out, you're just going to hip. Now what we're looking for is the foot coming from behind to the front, and think about going under your armpit. It's kind of like going over a hurdle or something. So it's coming from back to front, back to front, back to the front. So start with it at the back and bring it forward. Keep trying, let's go. Okay, keep coming. Take your time, you have to nice and easy, gentle, yeah? So we're ready to go again. So what you might do is come up one, you see them go up one channel, they'll jog back and they'll go again, right? So this time I want you to go facing backwards, hip rotation, backwards. Very gentle. Take your time, lovely. Just make sure you don't get too close to the person behind. Keep an eye out for him. Mind finting there. Rotating back. Gently now when the hole in the ground there actually is on. Let's keep an eye there. That's a big hole in the ground. We better move out of there. Okay, hip rotations backwards. Lovely. There you have it. So a couple of steps before you change again. Lovely. Yeah. Let's go again. And stop. Let's have a look. First name. Just have a look at Dara doing it. Yeah, Dara, just show us the. Watch now. That's it. So it's very deliberate. This is very deliberate now. When you look at some of the Premiership teams, they're not doing it right. A lot of them, you look at they're sloppy enough. So don't model yourself. Dara's better, right? So we're going to model ourselves on Dara rather than Chelsea. Okay, back there, or somebody else. Okay, back and get it back. That's really good. Okay, we're line ready to go again. So that's more gentle. So we go a little bit more strenuous. Easy kicks, opposite arm across. Very gentle to start, very gentle. For the hamstrings, easy kicks. Yeah, just a couple of steps. Now it's opposite hand, right hand. Eugene, is it, yeah? Right hand, left leg, and stop. You're fine. As we are doing it. So Sejar, we go down the full line doing that, and we come back. We might even come back doing it, right? Let's do another one. So let's get the groin and the hips working. So you go sideways, sumo squat. Think of a squat. You're going down as low as you can. You step to this side, down as low as you can. Sumo squats. Now, as I said, we're just putting them in very quickly, guys. Is that all right? Just mind the holes there. Sumo squats. Okay, just stay as you are. He's still singing. We've started and we can't stop, right? So again, we go all the way to the top. Now stay with your trees again. We're going back down this way again. Fit stay as you are. So now we go a little bit more strenuous. We go a lunge. Little step, lunge. Okay, let's go again. Very gentle now, yeah, lovely. Now some of you are putting your hands up. That's harder. Keep going. Right. Lunge. Now if you want to make it a little bit harder, it's a lunge with a twist, very gentle, away from the side you're stretching. So it goes the other side, opposite side. So away from the side you're stretching. So away from the straight leg. Yeah, good. Come back in, keep coming in. All right. All right. So now we'll go slightly more strenuous. All right, so we're going to go hamstrings called the chicken walk. So it's a heel down, two palms open, sweep towards your toe. You can feel this in your lower back. Now just be careful with backs. If it's tight or just now let's watch it now. Your feet are fairly close together. Watch. It's there. You're going to bend this one. And you're going to keep this fairly straight and sweep. Step, sweep, step, sweep. Chicken walk. Let's do that one. Straight leg of the one in front now. Fairly toe heel down, toe up. Yeah, I like that one. So sweep from the heel to your foot. Sweep forward, sweep forward, sweep forward. Good. Let's make it more strenuous again. Now we're warming up gradually. We're going to go reverse lunge. So step back, drop down. Step back, drop down. We go that way. Let's go that way. Okay, let's go that way. Reverse lunge. Much harder. Okay. We've done the dynamic stretching part. We want to start moving, so we do an easy stride where we're having our knees up. We're starting to run a bit now. We're well warmed up, we're well loosened. And just mind that little hole there in the middle. Actually, I'll stick a marker on it. So what I'll do, don't go there. Okay, so first tree, just stride down to the end. Stride, knees up, where you go, first tree. The second tree, stay, but you're just going to run. Yeah, high knees, yeah, great. Just run. Second tree. Now, what we'll do is we can coach them as they're doing that. Let's go, yeah, stride. Okay. Lovely. Ready to go again? Okay, now just lengthen the stride a little bit. So it's high knees, but we're actually running fairly normal. Lengthen the stride a little bit, there you go. Lovely. Just stride, lovely, keep coming. Don't just, Eugene, you're bound and just run. Don't bound, okay. Okay, hello. Just have a look what I shoot. First name? Mossy, sorry, have a look at Mossy. So Mossy does it quite nice. Have a look at Mossy, it's quite good. You're just, yeah, keep going. Okay. Now it's a little bit upright and we could lengthen a little bit, but it's lively, right? And he's kind of up, nice and upright looking up. So we're going to stride. What we do then, we kind of go stride a bit faster, called an acceleration run. So we start off slow and then we're going to build up. So down there, you're kind of going about half pace. Okay, let's try an acceleration run. Knees, build up. Let's go. Let's go. Lovely. Let's go. Knees. Lovely, Anne-Marie. That's really good. Watch the hole there, yeah, in the ground. Let's go. That's good. We're running. We're running. Yes, that's great. Lovely one. Okay, let's run on Mossy. Lengthen it out, lengthen it out, lengthen it out. Lengthen it out. Okay, so we're trying to get those high knee with a long stride. Are we warming up gradually?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more of those a little bit faster. And we'll move on then. A little bit faster. Lovely. Oh, yes. Like that one. Okay. Hey, we're starting to look good now. First name again?
Jared.
Have a look at, actually Jared is quite nice as well now. Have a look at Jared on the run. So what we're looking for is this type of run from the kids. It's kind of lively, there's good knees. It's not going fast, but it's nice. Have a go, Jared. Look at that, aye. Lots of arms. Come back to us, Jared. Okay, Jared, come back. Just do that again, coming back, Jared. You see it from the front. Now, if I could get all my inter-county players running like that, at that pace, I'd take it. That's how bad some of the running players I see running. Okay, so now, get our tree up again. So now we're starting to say, well, we're warm up, we've done our dynamic stretches, we've done our fun bit, we've had lots of ball. We need to start getting a bit faster, right? So short sprint, just to get the average sprint and distance in a GAA football game is?
6-7 meters.
Actually, you know, a bit 15, but it's short. Average distance sprint is 15 meters. Average run, kind of, as opposed to sprint. Okay. So we're going to just run to me. Ready? Here's what we're going to do. When they get ready to go, right? Have a look at what they do. Ready? Look at this now, right? If they're not doing that, there's something wrong. So if you say get ready to go and that's not the. So if we're talking about a very short distance, I need them prowling the grass, right? Because that, especially in hurling, that ball is going to be very, very low on the ground. They're going to have to get down low to flick it up into the hand, right? So if they're up here, by the time they get down, the ball's gone. So when we're getting ready to run fast, down low, have a look out, just run to me, go. Okay, just come back around, ready? Down low. Oh, Anne-Marie, look, Anne-Marie's ready to go, go. Ready? Go. Ready? Oh, look at this. Go, yeah, go. Ready? Go. Lovely, back to the start. Oh, wait, first. Okay, ready again? Okay. So we just practice. Now, do you have a question? Do you have a question on it? Go on, with the hands. Go on, what's the question? It is? Yeah, absolutely. So ideally, now, just when I saw you doing it, I said, now, again, we're not getting time to do that. So it's, again, with youngsters, I wouldn't be correcting them too much. I'd say just run, get down low. But ideally, yeah, it's opposite hand. So I'm really saying, yeah, that's it. It just gives you better balance, gives you better drive away. Now, but the only thing is we won't run like that in a lot of games. We just want to get them down low. So run on the spot. Run on the spot. When I say go now, when I say go, I still need you to get down low. So it's run on the spot. When you get to go, I want you to drop your hips and get out to me. Go. Yeah, there you go. Run on the spot. Go. Especially the big guy. That's okay. All right, run on the spot. Go. Get down. Let's get down low. Run on the spot. Go. Relax. Okay, now, just on the arms thing. If you want to generate power, now, where's Owen? Owen, we did this workshop separately. Didn't we, where we were working at the speed. So we're not working on that now, we can't. It's just warm-ups. But when we did that workshop, your arms actually, the shorter the distance, the more important your arms are. You look at the 60-metre guys, they have much bigger upper bodies in general than the 100 metres or 200-metre guys, because the arms generate power from down on the ground. So when you want to get to a ball that's there, I'm going to work the arms a bit more to get to the ball, right? To get out there, right? Just a little bit more. The reason for that is the arms don't make you run, but they force your legs into the ground. It's a biomechanic thing, right? So if I drive my arms really hard, that's pumping the legs into the ground, and I can push off the ground better. That's the logic behind it. So we just do one or two. It's a little bit quicker. Down. We're going to go down low again. Right in the arms. Go. Arms. Ready? Go. Arms. Go. Arms. Go. Okay, back in. Okay. We get injured when we want to stop and change direction or decelerate. So if I want to do that and get out of here, that's when we do the knees, right? Some of that is due to lack of strength, some of it is poor coordination. So what we do is we actually practice, get them to practice the movement in the warm-up. So this is a different type of warm-up that uses that stuff, but brings in your activation type stuff, okay? So we could, if you want, we just make a circle and we'll do it here. So this is usually done in a circle, right? So just imagine, it's relaxed. Just imagine we've just gone back over. Let's do hip rotations in, come on in. If you can come in, come on in. Yeah, hip rotations out. You see where, so we're just doing the same ones. Walk and lunge in. Lunge, yeah. Reverse lunge out. Do you understand the point, right? Is that okay? Now, so we build that up, and then we want to go to this idea of, well, what about changing direction or stopping, right? So I want you to jog in, and when I say stop, I want you to do what's called a jump stop. I want you to jump on your 2 feet, ready for the ball, like basketball, right? So when I say stop, I want squat down, low down, ready, jog in, stop. Okay, let's jog out. 10 minutes, yeah, good habit, yeah. Let's jog in, stop. Right, you see, now don't go down too low because that we can't get up, right? Just watch it, just drop the hips, look. Ball. Is that okay? Right, let's jog in, stop. And we practice. Now, we don't tend to do that unless some players tend to drive off 2 feet. We tend to drive off 1 foot. So now when I say stop, I'll say right. So I'll just jog, just watch this. I'll say come in, right. I want you to stick the right foot. If I say left foot, left. No falling over, keep your balance. So come in slow so you don't fall over. Okay, jog in, left. Let's get out. Okay, come on in, right. Is that okay? Now we have to bend. Now here's what we don't want. This'll cause us to go, right? So this knee has to bend. We have to give and stop. And stop. Let's try it again. So it's getting that idea in. Left. Well, stick it straight leg. Come on, bent knee. So we want to stick it, right? So you're almost slightly hopping onto your foot. It's like a little hop onto your foot. Okay, let's try it again. Left. Lovely. Get back out. Back out. Come on. Come back in again. Come on, back in. Right. Get back out. If I say stop, it's 2 legs. Okay, back in. Stop. Get back out. Okay, so we can do little things with that. We can, with the youngsters, we can do stiff statues. Who's moving? You're moving. Little thing or little game, whatever. We can do stiff statues. Now, the aim of that is to build this into a game. Because in a game, we're probably going to stop, but we're going to want to do something. So now we're going to come in, and I'm going to say go as opposed to stop. So when you come in, when I say go, you get your foot down, and you're going back out to the outside of the circle. Fairly quick. Ready, come in, go, and get out to the outside of the circle. Okay, that's right. And you come, go. Okay, look what's happening now. It's back to that, down low, when I turn, getting back out to the circle. We did markers on the outside. Let's try it again. Go. Come on, get out. Now we need to get low. Let's do it one more time. Come on. Go. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. This is a warm-up that I designed, and where I learned it was from hockey, coaching hockey in the presentation here many years ago, and watching Seamus Moynihan do particular things on the pitch. Right? So I put those two, and I saw this idea. First time again. So Paul, so what I want to do is, I want you to pass the ball, and you pass it. Now, as we do it, we back up. Right? So imagine we do it the width of the pitch. So this is what I call a conditioning warm-up. So this is where I actually want to test their fitness in a way. I use it early on in the season to help get them fit, and I use it in the middle of the summer season to maintain fitness when we're not doing fitness work. So your summer session might be something like a warm-up with speed work, with some drills, with a game, with another game, and a warm down. And we don't have time to do fitness work because we're too much interested in the tactics and the skill level and the speed of it. So in the warm-up, I will do maybe build up into something like 10 or 12 minutes of this. Now, this is done over a much quicker time. Imagine they're going over and back doing this, and they're very athletic. Just imagine that, right? Paul, yeah? So I'm going to hand pass the ball to Paul, and he backs up. Right? Do you understand? So we go all the way to the far side. We're handling the ball, okay, and that's the start of the warm-up. Now, it's quite easy. It's quite easy at the start. Come back to me more, Paul, yeah. So it's quite easy at the start. And here's the rule, no ball on the ground. Look, he's hurley, great, come back. So now that's a bit more strenuous. So Paul jumps and catches. Okay, great. Now they've gone over and back. When they get back, we do a couple of stretches. Right. Okay. Come back in again. So now we're going harder one. This time, Paul, when we catch it, go flat on the ground. Flat, no, you're not going to do that with the ball, you're going to lose it. Right, so good habits now. Let's try it again. So Paul jumps, get flat on the ground, hold on to the ball, go flat onto the ground. Yeah. Get up, give me the ball, and back off. Right. Now it's getting quite strenuous, okay? So now we come back in, and the next one, right, Paul is here. This time the ball is going to go over Paul's head, and he has to do our little twisty stuff to get to the ball, right? Watch, get the ball, and he picks up. I come up to him, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. Come on, back off, back off, back off, back off. Now let's go, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, get back, come back again, come back again. Let's go back the other way. Paul is working hard, right, ready, face me. Okay. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. Come on, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Up. Now, drive it on, right? Now, Paul's, and that's what happens. They start falling down, and here's what. The other group were asking, how can we put decision making into it? Paul, you warming up? Okay, right. Now, here's what happens. Let's say I pass the ball like that, catch it. Right? If the ball is catchable, it's actually easier with the football in this, but anyway, we'll do the same with the ball. If he can catch it, he catches it. If he can't catch it, he has to go and get it. Ready? Okay. Do you understand? So now he has to make a decision. Am I going to catch it? It's probably harder with the ball because the football flights. They have to go. No, I have to change. Right? Come back again. So now we've gone 4 levels up. He now gets the ball overhead. If he can catch it, he can catch it. If he can't, he can't. He's not going on the ground. He's just turning and going. Now, in a game, when you pick up the ball, even when you're going backwards, particularly in hurling, what I find is players have to go back an awful long way to get the guy away from who's chasing. So the ball goes overhead, they pick it up. Now, usually they very rarely turn and strike. They actually keep going back to get a bit of space, right? So what I want Paul to do is, if he comes up here a little bit, so we're trying to match the game. This time it's going overhead. And when he picks it up, he accelerates away from me. Go away from me. And I have to go out. Now he turns, give me the ball. Right, okay, right? Do you understand? So he accelerates, turn, and now I'm chasing you up. You're going to pass it into my hand, and we're off again. And we're going to go all the way across the pitch and all the way back. And we start again. Right, now, let's make it harder again. Paul comes up. So it's straight, overhead on the ground, overhead and long and sprint. Now, face away from me. So now Paul doesn't get the ball unless I call his name. Come back to me, Paul. Now face away. Okay, Paul. Let's face me. Okay, right. Paul, ready to face away again. So now we'll get it. Paul, react around really quick. Paul. Right, just pass it back to me. Do you understand? So face away. Paul. So now we're going to do the exact same thing, but Paul has to be facing away and he has to rest. So now it's harder work. They're getting dizzy, but it's very close to high intensity. It's a high intensity warm up without going into a very high intensity drill per se. What's happening? Loads of touches on the ball. Now don't forget, at this stage now they're very warm, and the last thing you want is to go into the dressing room, sit down for 20 minutes and talk to them about how they're going to play. And that's unfortunately, as us people who do a lot of strength and conditioning side, we get frustrated after getting into a peak of someone starts doing a drill that slows everything down. So if you're going to warm them up, don't stop them after that. So even if they're out on the pitch, let them play. Warm up out on the pitch, off you go. Right? You don't have to bring them in and give them a load of warnings about whatever. Just talk to them, play. Give them the warm up. Talk to them during the warm up. Motivate them during the warm up. Saves time. You'll find a warm up that suits your team and that suits your style of what you want to do. But just have a number of warm ups and try out the different ones. But make sure that it has ball, make sure you have the movement. Ideally put those safety issues where we're hopping or we're backing up or we're changing direction or sprinting, and get them to a high intensity in the warm-up. If you're doing static stretches maybe 2 hours before a game, it reduces your power output. 2 hours, even 2.5 hours. Because don't forget, you're stretching the muscle beyond what it's normally stretched. So if it's stretched that long, it takes a while to come back. You know, some players, especially older players, you don't have it with your younger players because they'll do as you ask them, right? Older players, I have a routine and I have to do static stretches before I play. That's okay. But all I'm saying, here's what I say to them, not in front of me, right? So once my warm-up starts at whatever, 40 minutes before the game or half an hour before the game, you're not doing static stretches. If you want to do static stretches before it, I'm accepting that you are going to reduce your per output, but that suits your routine. I'm not going to say you can't do it because you like doing it and you feel looser and you feel more ready to play. On the other side of that, I've had players come to me after a strenuous warm-up saying it wasn't hard enough. I don't have my heart rate up enough. I'm not into lactate threshold. I'm not into oxygen debt. I need a hard. So I've had small pockets of players doing another warm-up after the main warm-up. That's just at the top level. They just needed a particular eyeballs out, and then they felt ready to play. Yeah.
What about after that?
Warm down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's when you do your static.
Then.
That's static. But here's my issue in that I have a little bit of an issue that I see some teams and they do a lot of static work with long holds. Now, the problem I have with that is that if you look at a muscle fibre under a microscope after a game or a tough session, it's like someone beat it up. It's like jagged edge, right? So the muscle fibre is actually really badly damaged. Now, I'm a bit worried about stretching hard and long with a muscle that's badly damaged. So what I'd say is at the end, I'd hold for maybe very gentle stretches on the ground or for 10, 12, maybe 15 seconds. But not, if I want to do a developmental stretch, I'm doing it in the winter, indoors, or as part of the normal training session. But not trying to do it all at the end of a session. And it's -2 and it's pouring rain. You know, you'll judge that yourself. But the muscles are quite damaged after a game.
Just want to get back to normal level.
Yeah, it's mainly aimed at the heart rate rather than the muscles. We want the heart rate to come down. We want to flush the lactic acid out of the muscles and the waste, get more oxygen into them. So your warm down could be quite a kind of shorter version of your warm up. Very gentle stretches. Let's hold the stretches a bit longer. And you're talking to them. What I use it for is to talk to them about the next session. So warming down rather than at the end, come on in and we'll tell you what we're doing. Warm down, and we're back on Tuesday at 7 o'clock with the under 16s. Make sure you have your hurleys and your bottle of water and be here on time. If you keep changing and you're constantly describing it, so you're slowing down your session. So what you do is teach them the warm up you want, especially a new team. It takes 10, 12 minutes. It might take you 3, 4 sessions to get them to warm up, maybe 5 sessions. So sometimes it takes a while for them to get the hang of the warm up. The other thing, someone mentioned a point inside as well, which is a valid one, I think, that how complex does the warm up need to be? And I said the problem with that is once you go complex, it breaks down. The last thing you want is your drills breaking down before a game. The players lose confidence in you, in what you're trying to do, in themselves. And so I keep warm-ups simple and practiced and familiar. And if they want to change the warm-up, or if we're going to change it, we'll change it weeks in advance or even months in advance of what we're going to do. Is that any help on that? Is that okay, guys? Okay. Thanks very much. Thank you.